Now, before we move on to our first presentation, I'd like to introduce you to a way of asking questions that will actually help you ask even more intelligent and well-structured questions when you're at conferences and so on. If you ask questions using the method we're going to talk about now, you'll make the job of presenters a lot easier too. And I'm going to give you a procedure to go through to guide your audience, listen to this now, guide your audience to the answer. I'm going to say something negative now. You must not answer people's questions. What you must do is guide your audience to the answer. Okay? Now, the procedure for doing that you can find on our working paper for today. I wonder where I'll put mine. There it is, that's right. Good. If you look at the working paper for today, I say that you should do, or we say you should do, 3 things when asking a question. So let's start on that. When asking a question, what's the first thing one should do? What's it say there? Sandra?
Express acknowledgement of what you've just heard.
Okay. So, acknowledge. The best way of acknowledging is simply to sum up what the key message was for you. Thank you for that introduction to your research methods on gene sequencing. That's far more genuine than saying for the 5th time in a row at a conference, thank you for that lovely presentation. Thank you for that very interesting presentation. Of course, if you can just succinctly sum up what a key message was for you, this is going to be far better acknowledgement. Okay? So acknowledge. What's the next thing to do, Vivian? What's it say there?
Make a mental agenda. Tell us what the question relates to.
Make a mental agenda. So basically here, you're guiding the presenter to the area that you're going to ask about. Make a mental agenda. It's on the final page of today's notes. Who's yours during the notes? Yeah. So it could be something along the lines of, I noticed during your presentation, when you were talking about the issues on slide 5, the methods you used. There were 2 different methods. I'd like to ask about method 2. Okay? The question hasn't been there yet, but you've guided the presenter to the issue that you'll be asking a specific question about. So, create an agenda. And then the third and final thing to do, what's it say there, Martin?
Ask one question.
Ask, nicely emphasised, ask one question. If all questioners could discipline themselves to asking one question at a time, it would make the job of presenters a lot easier too, wouldn't it? What often happens is people don't necessarily acknowledge, they certainly don't map out a framework or an agenda, which means that people ask several questions as they work their way towards the real question they want to ask.